The rain isn't falling. It's being hammered down by a force that wants the world to drown. Sergeant Miller presses his face into the mud behind a rotting log. The air is thick with the smell of cordite, ozone, and blood. Every few seconds, the rhythmic thump, thump, thump of an enemy machine gun scythes through the air just inches above his helmet. He risks a look back. O'Connell, a kid no older than his own brother, is trying to crawl into the earth itself, his eyes wide with a terror Miller knows all too well. "Anything?" Miller screams over the din, keying the radio handset. The reply is a storm of static, then a panicked voice. "Negative, Bulldog 6, we're cut off, they're everywhere!" They'd walked into a classic L-shaped ambush. 12 men from 2nd Platoon, now pinned down in a forgotten corner of a world that wanted them dead. They were out of grenades, low on ammo, and hours from any support. They were going to die here. But what if support didn't have to come from their own time? What if a ghost, a phantom from the future, was already moving through the trees? What if a modern 6-man Marine fire team enters this 1968 battlefield? Could it change history? Chapter 1: The Ghosts and the Lost. For Sergeant Miller and what's left of Bulldog Platoon, the universe has shrunk to 300 meters of impenetrable jungle near Da Nang. 30, maybe 40 Viet Cong fighters hold them in a perfectly executed crossfire. The enemy is invisible, using triple canopy jungle, creek beds, and spider holes with lethal patience. Bulldog's M16s, revolutionary for their time, feel clumsy and prone to jamming in the oppressive humidity. Their mission was simple, a routine patrol. Now, their objective is simpler still: survive the next 5 minutes. 1,500 meters to their west, another kind of soldier moves through the same jungle. Staff Sergeant Cole, call sign Spectre Lead, feels the same suffocating heat, but through the fabric of a modern combat shirt. His team of 5 other Marines moves with an unsettling silence. They carry M4 carbines with illuminated optics, plate carriers that can stop a rifle round, and encrypted radios that hiss with clear, concise data. Cole's internal monologue is a calm, running calculation. Objective: link up with Bulldog Platoon. Pinned coordinates: grid 09. Break contact, escort to LZ X-ray 1.5 clicks east. Rules of engagement are simple. We are a surgical tool, not a hammer. The assumptions for this phantom mission are stark, a deliberate handicap to prevent them from simply blasting their way out. No air support, no artillery. They fight with what they carry. For each rifleman, that's 210 rounds. Corporal Diaz, on the M27 infantry automatic rifle, has 600 rounds to make the enemy regret their life choices. 12 40mm high-explosive grenades for the M32 launcher. That's it. Magazine depth is everything. And the most critical limitation? 1 Spectre casualty, Cole thinks, glancing at his team. And we're mission scrubbed. We pull out. Bulldog is on their own. They have to be perfect. Lance Corporal Reyes, the team's comm specialist and medic, kneels beside him. He unslings a small, unassuming pack. Inside is their one undeniable advantage: their ghost in the machine. A quadcopter drone, no bigger than a dinner plate. "Ready to send up the eye, Staff Sergeant?" Reyes asks, his voice a low murmur in Cole's earpiece. Cole nods. "Put it up. Let's see what the devil is hiding." Chapter 2: The Clash of Centuries. The drone rises vertically, its quiet electric hum swallowed by the jungle's cacophony. It clears the canopy, entering the gray, rain-swept sky. On a small tablet strapped to Cole's wrist, the world transforms. The standard video feed shows a sea of green, useless. But then Reyes switches to thermal. The jungle floor ignites. Cole's finger traces the screen. Got him, he whispers into his mic. It's a textbook setup. Look. The team gathers. Reyes points out the threats. Primary machine gun nest, right there. Dug in behind that big fallen teak. See the heat from the barrel? 2-man crew. To their northeast, on that rock outcropping, that's an RPG team. 3 men, waiting for our guys to break cover. The main ambush force, a loose line of about 20 fighters, is woven into the tree line. Their body heat, a string of deadly pearls. For Sergeant Miller, cowering in the mud, these positions are phantoms, sources of terrifying, invisible death. For Staff Sergeant Cole, they are simply targets on a map. Information is ammunition, and Spectre just got a full reload. Okay, Cole says, his voice flat and professional. Diaz, that MG nest is your primary. 200-meter shot. You own it. Reyes, you're on the RPG team. Wait for Diaz to open up, then put a 40 mic right in their lap. The rest of us, we take the main line, right to left. We move on my mark, bounding Overwatch, fast and violent. Spectre team moves. They don't stomp through the underground, they flow through it. Wearing night vision goggles, the dim, rainy jungle becomes a surreal, glowing green landscape. They move through elephant grass that would have deafened a 1968 patrol, their modern gear designed for stealth. To any observer, they would be silent, fleeting shadows. They close the distance to the VC flank to just under 100 meters. The enemy is entirely focused on Bulldog Platoon, confident their rear is secure. It's a fatal mistake. Cole gives a single hand signal. The world erupts.
Diaz's M27 barks, not with the wild, sustained roar of an old M60, but with precise double-tap bursts. Guided by an advanced optic, his rounds are devastatingly accurate. The hot machine gun barrel on Cole's thermal feed goes cold as Diaz puts 2 rounds through the gunner. The assistant gunner disappears a second later. The jungle's deadliest metronome falls silent. Simultaneously, Reyes raises his grenadier launcher. A soft thump and a 40mm grenade arcs through the air, landing with pinpoint precision amidst the RPG team. The explosion is a dull crump, but its effect is absolute. 3 white-hot signatures vanish from the tablet screen. Now it's chaos. The VC ambushers, trapped between the pinned platoon and the phantom attackers on their flank, return fire wildly. Their AK-47s flash, but they're shooting at ghosts. Spectre team, using fallen logs and trees for cover, is already moving. Cole and his riflemen bound forward, firing controlled bursts, dropping targets with an efficiency that seems supernatural. Sergeant Miller hears the change instantly. The enemy machine gun is gone. New weapons with a sharper, faster crack are tearing into the tree line from the west. He peers over the log. He can't see who's firing, but he can see the result. VC fighters, who had been invisible masters of their environment moments before, are staggering out of the trees, falling. "Who the hell is that?" O'Connell shouts, a glimmer of hope in his voice. "I don't know, kid," Miller replies, grabbing his M16, "but they're on our side. Give 'em covering fire. Pour it on." The VC line, hit with a ferocity and precision it cannot comprehend, breaks in less than 3 minutes. The disciplined ambush dissolves into a panicked retreat. The fight is over. The cost is registered. Bulldog Platoon has a serious casualty. For Cole, this complicates things, but his core mission parameter, no Spectre casualties, remains intact. He'll make it, Reyes reports, but we need to get him out, now. The tense, grueling trek to the LZ is a tense, grueling affair. 2 of Miller's men carry O'Connell on a makeshift stretcher. Spectre team forms a protective bubble around them, with Diaz's automatic rifle covering the rear. Reyes puts the drone up again.
its thermal eye scanning their path, ensuring no VC stragglers are waiting to exact revenge. They are a small, hybrid unit of two different centuries, moving through a timelessly hostile jungle. They reach the clearing. Cole pops a smoke grenade. A minute later, the iconic whop 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 of a Huey helicopter slices through the air. As Bulldog Platoon scrambles aboard, Miller pauses at the ramp and looks back at Cole. There are no words, just a nod. A nod of profound, bewildered gratitude. Spectre Team watches the bird lift off, then melt back into the jungle. Their mission complete. Did they change history? For the 11 survivors of Bulldog Platoon, the answer is an unequivocal yes. Their names were destined for a wall in Washington, D.C., but instead, they would go home, have families, and grow old. But for the war itself, Spectre was a whisper, a statistical anomaly. Their impact was decisive, but impossibly localized. Flip a single variable, and the outcome shifts dramatically. If the drone's battery had failed halfway through its flight, Cole's team might have stumbled into the machine gun's kill zone. In that close-quarters, desperate fight, modern optics mean less. Superior numbers and entrenched positions could have easily inflicted that single mission-ending casualty on Spectre. Alternatively, if the VC commander had been more disciplined, recognizing the small, precise nature of the flanking attack, he could have pulled his men back, using the jungle to maneuver and encircle the six-man Spectre team. Their limited ammunition would become a critical vulnerability. In the end, the technology didn't make the Marines invincible. It gave them one perfect, fleeting opportunity. It was their training and discipline that allowed them to seize it. History didn't break, it bent, just for 6 men who shouldn't have been there. So, what does this clash of eras teach us? First, information dominance is everything. The drone's thermal ISR was the single most powerful weapon on the battlefield. It stripped the VC of their greatest strength, concealment, and allowed a tiny force to strike with the knowledge of a giant. Second, precision over volume. Spectre's victory wasn't about throwing more lead downrange. It was about putting every round on target. Modern optics, ergonomics, and training created a level of lethal efficiency that was almost unimaginable in 1968. They ended the fight with ammo to spare. And finally, the human element is constant. Technology is a force multiplier, not a replacement for courage and sound decision-making. The jungle was still the jungle. The enemy was still determined. Success still came to a Sergeant Miller making the right call, a corporal holding steady on the gun, and a lance corporal keeping his cool to save a life. Change one rule. Give Spectre Team one 81mm mortar fire mission they can call from their wrist tablet, or give the VC commander a single thermal monocular to spot the approaching team. Which one changes the outcome more? Let us know in the comments.